You ever look at all these successful online businesses and just wonder, is there some common thread I'm missing? Well, what if I told you the most powerful business model out there isn't some crazy, complex secret? What if it's actually a simple pattern hiding right there in plain sight? It's a method that, honestly, 99% of us overlook, but it's exactly what the top 1% are capitalizing on. So, let's pull back the curtain and see what it is.
This right here, this quote, gets to the absolute heart of it. Just notice that shift in focus for a second. It's not about owning stuff anymore. It's about connecting people. This one idea has totally reshaped our economy, and really understanding it is the key to everything we're about to talk about.
So this brings us to what the source material calls the connection era shift. It's all about how value is created today. And the biggest takeaway is this: the most valuable companies in the world right now, they're not owners, they are connectors.
I mean, just look at these giants, right? Uber, the biggest taxi company on the planet, owns 0 cars. Airbnb, the #1 accommodation provider, owns no real estate. And Amazon? They don't even own most of the products they sell. Their entire business, their whole model, is built on being that bridge, that connector between people who want something and the people who have it.
Okay, so where do most of us get it wrong? Well, we try to sell information. We build a course, or we write an ebook, and we try to sell the info inside. But let's be real for a second. Information is literally everywhere, and most of it is completely free. You can find out how to do almost anything with a quick search on YouTube or Google. So the big question is, why would anyone on earth pay you for it?
And that leads us to the real product. It's not information, it's transformation. This is the secret that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. People don't buy information, they buy a result. They're not paying you for the what. They're paying you for a clear, guided path to get where they want to go. Let's just break this down. On the one hand, trying to sell information is a losing game. It's everywhere. It's free. It's a race to the bottom. But on the other hand, selling a transformation, that's a huge win. Because you're not just handing someone a map and wishing them luck. You're basically giving them a guided tour to a very specific, desirable destination. You're offering a clear result, a shortcut, a guaranteed path from point A to point B. And that is something people will happily pay for. So what are we actually talking about when we say transformation? It's really simple. It's the process of moving a person from where they are right now, their current kind of crummy situation, to where they desperately want to be, their future desired situation. It's all about a change in their state, not just dumping more facts into their brain.
This slide just perfectly nails it. Your product, whether it's a course, a community, an ebook, whatever, that's not the destination. It's the vehicle. It's the bridge that gets someone from their problem to their solution. And your job is to build the fastest, safest, most reliable bridge you possibly can for that journey. And this all boils down to one simple, powerful idea. Stop selling the pieces. The modules, the chapters, the lesson plans. Instead, sell the payoff. Sell the feeling of what it's like to be on the other side of that bridge, having finally reached that amazing destination. Okay, so we get the what and the why. But what about the how? How do you actually do this? Well, here is a 4-step blueprint pulled right from the source for building your entire business around this idea of transformation.
It's a really simple but powerful 4-step framework. First, you pick a transformation. Second, you package the solution that delivers it. Third, you build a traffic bridge so people can actually find you. And fourth, you start a community to make it all stick. Let's break each of these down real quick.
All right, step 1 is the foundation. Don't start by thinking about a product. Start by thinking about a result. What specific from-to journey can you guide someone on? From disorganized and overwhelmed to productive and in control. And here's the best part. You don't have to be some world-renowned guru. You just need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the person you're trying to help. That's it.
Next up, you package that solution. This is where your course or your community comes into play. But here's a huge insight from the source material. The goal is done, not perfect. Just get your vehicle built and get it out there so you can get real feedback from real people and make it better. Don't waste 6 months perfecting something that nobody has even seen yet.
Okay, this might be the most important part of the whole thing. Most entrepreneurs think they have a product problem, but they don't. They have a traffic problem. Nobody knows they exist. The solution? Content. It's the modern, basically free way to build a bridge to your audience. And the source material is a huge fan of YouTube because your content there is evergreen. It can work for you, bringing people in 24/7 for years.
Check out this number, 42
$1,000. That's how much the creator of our source material figured their free organic YouTube traffic would have cost them in paid ads in a single month. That is the insane power of building a content bridge. It becomes a digital asset that pays you instead of you constantly paying for ads.
And finally, the secret sauce for making this whole thing last: start a community. When you build a community around the transformation you offer, you stop making one-off sales. You start building a movement. This is what drives people to stick around, to tell their friends, and it gives you a stable, recurring income floor for your business instead of you starting from zero every single month.
All right, that 4-step blueprint is incredibly powerful. But you know what? It won't work without one final crucial shift. And it's all in your head. It's about adopting what's called the producer mindset.
You basically have a choice to make. You can be a consumer, just passively scrolling, watching, and consuming content, or you can be a producer. The main difference between successful online creators and everybody else is that they create things for people to watch, to learn from, and to connect with. They're not just consuming, they are actively producing solutions and building those connection pathways we talked about.
And if you're thinking, but the internet is so crowded, how can I compete? Listen up. The separator isn't who has the most expertise or the fanciest degree. It's you. People connect with people. They buy from people they know, like, and trust. Your unique story, your quirks, your authentic voice, that's your single greatest advantage. They'll believe in your product because first, they believe in you.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Just take a second and think about your own life. What problem have you already solved? What challenge have you already beaten? Because I can absolutely guarantee you there is someone out there right now who is stuck where you used to be, and they are just waiting for you to be their guide. The only question is, are you going to build that bridge for them?